Hello, me. It's me again. All the cool people will get that reference. I'm kidding. All of you are cool. So, I just get on here as stuff comes to me and I feel it may be useful for people to hear. I realize how much it's benefited me and desire it benefit others, should we choose. And it came to me how, how bad do we want our freedom and our autonomy and simply live our lives the way we desire and choose, within reason and obviously from a place of integrity and authenticity. Wouldn't life be so much more peaceful and navigate so much easier? Have the fun and the joy, and also as challenges show up, be able to navigate through it in a easier way. And I started realizing, hey, what happens if we don't make a choice? And what happens if we do? And what happens if we don't make a choice is simple. Nothing will change. Nothing. Our lives will continue as they have been, and we will continue existing. And what happens when we do make a change? Life can be a lot easier and more fun, eventually. And that's where it comes down to the identity versus process. Most people identify with labels. And that when we identify with labels, we're literally limiting ourselves considerably. And then it makes us stagnant, and where there's no change, it's like, oh, well, I am this, I am that. So when we identify with this or that, what is that doing to our energy, to our what we're manifesting, what we're putting out there, as far as what will come back to us, which is happening anyway. So then I started thinking about something I saw recently of a man who was expert in physics, and he was talking about how authenticity is the highest vibration, and how they read frequencies where frequencies that are alike and come together and meet amplifies it. It's called constructive interference. And then frequencies that aren't matched that come together cancel. That's called destructive interference. What are our words? What are our thoughts? What are our feelings? Even beliefs. It's frequency. So what frequency we are emitting, emotion, energy and motion, what is breathing life into our creation? What feeling? And how our words and our feelings and our thoughts and all those things impact that, what shows up. And my just a dishwasher friend again today, blowing my mind, said our relationship to source, to the universe, however we want to view that connection to the all that is, whatever label we want to give it, is exacting. It's exacting, which is interesting. So why is integrity, why is honesty and living in authenticity so important? Because the universe is exacting. So whatever we're putting out, it's going to come back through our experiences. So again, for reference, for those who didn't see previous videos, emotional frequency chart, where are we on it? Are we in shame, guilt, grief? What is that one? Anyway, and then fear and all these lower vibrations that's going out to come back through experience. So, what kind of interference pattern, constructive or destructive, do you think is creating this feedback loop? What frequency is it emoting for the exacting of the universe and our relationship to it to come back with what experiences? And then constructive interference, not only can we expand, it amplifies. So then we're putting out better vibrations that actually are beneficial, because the man also said constructive interference actually, since it amplifies, we can benefit from conversations. And I just got to experience that last night with some cool new friends I just met, and we were hanging out, having a freaking blast. Just met them not that long ago. Had the best and coolest conversations and like fun. So what do we choose? Do we choose to stay miserable and pissed off and then wonder why shit keeps showing up in our reality that's miserable and pissed off and makes us miserable and pissed off? Truth isn't complicated. And it's also not perfect. And at the same time, when we can learn to navigate things in a much more constructive interference pattern way, amplify each other, make cool shit happen, co-create, collaborate, conversate, construct, be constructive. So, identity is a prison. It's keeping us stuck and preventing us from taking action and doing anything about our shit. So either way, we can be happy or we can be miserable. The amount of work is the same. So we can stay in that eternal hell, which is what I believe it's from, or we can move up, expand, amplify, and have a lot more fun doing it by changing our words, which changes everything else in our environment. Emitting the authenticity, which changes our environment. And this is why, like, monks and things, the non-attachment, attachment is very challenging and very necessary. It's who we are surrounding ourselves with is impacting what we're creating. And if we're tolerating certain behavior and playing small to protect their smallness, we both lose, because then we're not being authentic. We're not doing them any favors in helping them to grow beyond where they are. And so we're staying stuck when we are aspects of creation, and creation is always creating. It never stops creating. So it's, in a way, when we can get into a flow and keep up with that momentum of the energy and emotion with fun, positive things, then we can actually do a better job of manifesting and co-creating. And it can be so much easier and more fun. And it's coming together, and it's letting go of the labels and letting go of the stories that aren't serving us. Well, we can't do that, negation acknowledge, until we are willing to change the frequency. We have to change our words and frequency in order for the shift to happen. And then it can happen. And we feel lighter and freer and just more relaxed and less stressed and can think clearer. It just is beneficial overall. Why do we think there's affirmations? Why do we think we do affirmations, or that they recommend in motivational courses and things? Why do you think they recommend affirmations? It's because we are creating ourselves in our life and our world and how we're showing up and all these other things. So writing down affirmations. Now, mind you, writing down affirmations and just, going through the motions like that helps, and it's not clearing away the unconscious stories we have rattling in our back of our minds from childhood, from traumas, from different things. So that's why going back through our stories is important, and reflection is important, because then when we can identify where a limiting belief or a negative thought process or way we're speaking is affecting things unknowingly, then we can go back and reverse engineer that and be like, oh, it was that belief about myself I adopted that causes me to make these choices and feel this way. And when we can identify that, it's a permanent fix. And we let it, we release it, we cry it out, we grieve that we didn't allow ourselves to feel at the time it happened because we've been holding it and stuffing it, and it's been blocking and creating like short circuits in our energy system. So it is important too. It's like Carl Jung said, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So we'll label it as fate and act like that's just how it is, not realizing we have the power and influence over that. And we've been taught to be disempowered, especially through our language, when we have a lot more power than we realize over our life. And mind you, it's really just an entrepreneurial mindset. It's time management. That's part of our creative power, our time management, taking action, making a plan, having a goal, and creating whatever it is we choose, whatever it is we want. It can be a career, it can be just self-improvement, self-care, reflection, meditate, planning. It's just planning your time to accomplish things you desire and that make you feel good, that you enjoy, and also planning when to put forth effort and in making changes for the better. And it can be as simple as with our words. So I'll leave it here for now. Just wanted to get on here. Happy Mother's Day to all you amazing mothers. And I'm sure I'll be back whenever. I just do this shit as stuff comes to me. I don't have a plan and structure. I'm working on it. I'm not perfect.